Hey guys, and welcome to The War, the new Kerbal Space Program series with me and a bunch of other people, Twitchy being the most famous one, playing on Kerbal Space Program, blowing each other's stuff up. So if you like explosions, then this is the series for you. So, my country is Gregixstan, glory greatest country, and as you can see, we are the tealish blue nation. I think EverQuest, Green Peaks, and some other bases is what I own so far, and you saw that there were some unclaimed bases around me, and I can buy those using our war parts, or the parts, and put some of my defenses down. So, I will be going through every single person's base as I am scrolling through all of the different defenses that there are to get to the first one. And that first one is Green Peaks. So, Green Peaks is pretty well defended. It has 5 turrets around it. And it is very flat, but there's hills all around it, which can be a good thing and a bad thing. The good thing is you can't have that many sweeping down attacks from airplanes, but the bad thing is it's kind of it's kind of easily taken over by tanks if you position them rightly. And that actually, sadly, is for a few other bases. So yeah, this is Green Peaks. Moving on, we have Central Lake Space Operations. So this is where I will be launching some spacecraft, probably nuclear bombs, but we don't tell anyone that. So it's also very well defended. Each base has 5 turrets because we have 50 parts, and my turrets only actually take up 10 parts. But as you can see here, it is well defended from the buildings, and you can only take it one way by tanks, which is amazing. And you can see 3 dots down there, and that's where we've placed 3 of the turrets, trying to defend that main run-on. Then we have EverQuest. So this is where I'm going to be launching most of my rockets because it's already past the thicker atmosphere, so it is easier and more fuel efficient to get to space. Except I don't think it's exactly on the equator because I remember launching rockets and I had to adjust the orbit, so it's kind of a give or take scenario. But it is almost completely immune to tanks because you have to drive tanks all the way up there. So you can see where it is on the map over here. And so you can see that's pretty actually close to the equator. But you can see the turrets right now, and it's defending all sides. So the only way you can really take this is by helicopter because you can't really land an airplane here except if it's a VTOL aircraft. Moving on, we have the round range. Now this is rockets, helipad, and a runway. So I'm going to be launching a lot of defenses here because this is the base I really want to keep. This and EverQuest, whatever. So as you can see, I have the other 5 turrets. Well, you can only see 4 little pink things, but that's because the 5th turret I am controlling right now. And it has a helipad, as I said, which is where we'll be launching tanks. We're going to be launching so many tanks from here. And we might be launching a few more rockets. This might be another nuclear test facility, but we don't tell anyone that. Moving on, we have Kervins Heart Science Center. Now, this is the only base of what I know that is touching a enemy territory. This is touching the Kerbal Soviet Union Republic or something, which is to the north, I think. So this I will also defend because this is close to the center of my country. And this is pretty good. I may be also using this as a nuclear test facility, but we don't tell anyone that. I also might be launching some tanks. I don't know how I'm going to get up that mountain with them, though. And now we have the 2 satellites. Now I'm only showing 1 satellite because they're both the same because it was easier to get up here in a spaceplane that way. So we have the laser on the front, and that's to defend. because you can steal people's satellites because you can hack them. And it's also cool, as I'll show in this long demonstration, and I hope I'm not starting any war declarations by doing this, but it does take a while to charge up, which I'm now thinking I should have added more electric generators on, but I used all the other parts to make a quick, cheap space plane to throw these things up here. So, as you can see, we're charging up the batteries, and I'm getting the laser ready. And we are almost on target, which is nice about both of these, because I have one in a elliptical and one in, wait, no, they're both elliptical, I'm sorry. One on the prime meridian and one on the equator. So, because the one on the prime meridian is your spy satellite, and the one on the equator is your communications, I think, if that's how we're going to do it. But as you can see, I am flying over my target, and I have disabled stability mode to save any power that I can. And because I'm using a laser and not a gun, you may ask, is because we have real physics in Kerbal Space Program, so when you shoot something, you completely alter your orbit, which kind of sucks. So as you can see, I'm testing out my laser, but the bad thing about these lasers is the way he's programmed this is that the farther away you are, the weaker the laser actually is. So this is completely uneconomical because you're shooting ground, which is way too far away from you. So I think these two are okay designs, but if you sneak up from the back, they can actually shoot, which I'm already telling all of my enemies how to get my satellites. So just so you know, that's how to get my satellites, guys. You know, moving on. So this is the turret design. It's basically a turret on a modified, basically on a modified probe core, which it is. So this has 3 boxes of ammo, and as you can see, I'm just bringing it out because I thought there was better lighting. And wonderful Kerbal Space Program loading times, everyone. Please applaud them. But I realized it was nighttime, so what you gonna do? But I was trying to hit Zati, Z-Tech, Industry AI, because that's who he has, the Kerbal Space Center, which we're not attacking anytime soon. Well, see you guys.